for new beers and events. Chirp number 1, should the NHL go to the 3-point system they're using in the PWHL, which is 3 points for a win, 2 points for an OT win, and 1 point for an OT loss?
I think they should. I mean, it would screw up all the past records, which is probably why they're not doing it. But I think it would force teams to not play for overtime and play for ties. If you're playing for an extra point there, it could be very important come playoff time. You're going to have teams trying to win in regulation. At the end of games, you're going to have teams in overtime trying to win instead of holding and trying to delay it and not have as much action as you would otherwise, I think, because you gain the extra point if you're attacking and trying to win games. So I really do think that it's something that they should look to change.
I think it just puts more value on wins, which I think you should have. I mean, if a team has 12 overtime losses, they shouldn't be able to surpass a team that has more wins than they do. I think the other thing to do, if you don't want to do that, is just to take away the extra point when you get into overtime. Like, don't give the extra point till you get to the shootout. Like, make it right through the overtime, and see if you can just keep, don't give people a point.
Yeah, if you're gonna take away the point in OT, you got to just take it away, because you can't say, oh yeah, you can have it once we get to the shootout, because then teams will just sit behind their own net,
or sit behind the net, and not play.
And not play. So
I guess the extra point is the way to go. Yeah,
you have to incentivize them to actually try to play and win. But I don't have a problem if you want to keep it at 2 points, and then if you get to OT and you lose, that's it. You lost.
That's it. You lost. Yeah.
See you later.
You lost.
So
plain and simple. Still have the shootout, still have everything, but you lost.
Yeah. But if you lose, you lose. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'm fine with that too. But I like the 3-point system. You want to, I think, reward teams that get to overtime and so forth. And you don't want to shoot out, deciding whether a team does it or doesn't make the playoffs, if they don't get points. If they did the thing where they didn't award the points and then you take it to a shootout and those teams continually lose.
Right.
And then you don't make it to the playoffs because you lost in the shootout, 6 times or something. Yeah. So,
well, that wouldn't help the Bruins.
No,
because they aren't great in the OT and they aren't great in the, they're even better in the shootout, but they aren't. I mean, they aren't great in that whole thing. So that wouldn't help a team like the Bruins at all. Like I think they survive. They're one of the teams that survives by the whole shootout and OT system, to be honest. But so we might be shooting our face to spite our hands, or whatever it is. Biting your hand to spite your nose, or one of those. So anyway, yes, spiting and hitting and biting.